Hi guys, how are you today? Oh my goodness, I get nervous every time I'm going live because I think something's going to happen and it's not going to click on and I'm not going to notice. So when you pop in, say hi so I know that I'm not alone. I'm going to grab a couple of oils over here and get myself oiled up. I have got my usual peppermint. Peppermint is one that I use pretty much every time we get together. It's my, the more you play with oils, you're going to find there's some oils that just make you go, peppermint is one of those oils for me. You'll always see me using it. Just helps me stay calm, help me focus, help me to remember the things. I'm telling you, if you have a hard time remembering things, grab your peppermint when you're doing it. It's going to help you trigger some of those thoughts. I'm also going to throw on a little bit of deep relief. It's another one that I love. I've been leaning over my computer studying and getting ready, and so this helps with those tight muscles. So let me know what oil you are using. I will also tell you in my diffuser, because I always get asked and I forget to tell you, I do have abundance and grapefruit going again. That's what I had the other day when we were chatting. And somebody said, how much of each? So what I do is about this much grapefruit, and then I do about this much abundance, and I love that aroma. And when it's in here, I throw frankincense in too. Y'all, if you have not tried the frankincense grapefruit abundance, beautiful, beautiful aroma. So we are on our sensational supplement series, and today we are talking about one of my truly favorite things that we have at Young Living, and it is our Pure Protein Complete. This little baby right here is our Pure Protein Complete. This is it's a meal replacement. It is 140 calories because it's been reformulated, 140 calories, and we're going to go into all of the goodness that is inside this beautiful protein shake. So it is one that I use at least once a day, sometimes more depending on what I have going on. And I haven't been sharing, but since January 1st, I have lost 43 pounds, which is gargantuan. It has been, everybody keeps saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because when they see, you can see a difference. I have a long way to go, but I'm so proud of 43 pounds. That is like 10 pounds a month that I have been releasing, and I feel amazing. And I truly feel a piece of it is my Pure Protein Complete, because I do low carb, keto-ish. I get all of my carbohydrates from vegetables and that type of a thing. So I say keto-ish because I'm not always under 20, but I stay pretty low in that area. And when they reformulated our Pure Protein Complete, they went through, it was recently in the past, 6 months, they reformulated. And what they did is they took out the organic cane juice that was in there, and there's no added sugars whatsoever now. So anything that's in there is coming from the protein. So it took our net carbs from, it was around 14. It took our net carbs, y'all, down to 3 net carbs. So it makes it a food that I can consume. And when I say food, I want you to understand this is whole foods. Almost everything that you work with Young Living, you're going to find it's not just things added together. This is whole food nutrition, and our Pure Protein is that. It comes in 2 different flavors. We have our yummy vanilla spice, which I absolutely adore, and then my husband loves the delicious chocolate deluxe. Both flavors are great. It is just whatever your preference is as far as what kind of flavors you like. But I need you to know, with our Pure Protein, I do all kinds of different things with it. First, I want you to know that it mixes so clean and so easy that I carry bags of it in my car, and then if we're out and about and we get hungry, we don't have to eat out. I can literally grab a water bottle from any store, shake my my baggie into it, shake it up, and I can drink it, and it will be delicious and amazing. I don't have to add anything to it, and it's creamy on its own with just water. Now you can do a host of other things with it. I love taking Brian's chocolate deluxe and turning it into hot cocoa when I'm needing more protein. When I realize for my day I'm short, that's my treat in the evening I can do. I also use it in baking. I mix it with cream cheese. I take my vanilla spice and mix it with cream cheese and some other things. I'll put the recipe somewhere, and I make a delicious high protein what's it called, cheesecake, so that I've got these great sources all together. So any recipe that you ever see that says you can use a protein powder, this is what you can use. And when I go over the stuff that's in it, you're going to understand why I'm so excited and so passionate that this particular product was designed to help increase your ATP. So important to understand. ATP is the energy currency that your body uses for fuel. It is your energy source. And what happens when you're drinking your pure protein or eating it or using it, however you use it, if you're an oatmeal eater, you can throw it in your oatmeal and add it, is that it increases the amount of ATP that you have. So you have an energy source. It literally goes to the mitochondria and it helps that fuel source. It is such a powerhouse. And one serving is 25 grams of protein. I want to check to make sure I'm telling you exactly right. Protein, 25 grams per serving. So a serving is 2 scoops. So you can also do, if you just want to add 1 scoop to something, you're getting an extra, what is that, 12.5 grams of protein that you're throwing in if you're really focusing on protein, which protein is so important. I want to talk about just for a minute the importance of it. Proteins are these chemical building blocks. They break down into these tiny amino acids that your body uses to build you. So all of the muscles in your body needs the protein, the amino acids to build that. Your lungs, your liver, your brain, all of these different pieces need that. Every hormone in your body, your enzymes are actually broken down from the amino acids, from the proteins that we give it to be able to go do that. So your brain takes amino acids and builds you. So important. And we get our amino acids from all of the different foods that we eat, including things like nuts and seeds and legumes and animal proteins like your meat and your fishes and cheese, dairy, all the things, eggs. That's where we get all of these building blocks from. So we get some from sources that are plant and some from animal sources. And I love that Young Living took into account the importance. There are over 22 different amino acids that our body needs. Some of them our body can make, some of our body can't make. So by going in, Young Living used 5 different unique sources of protein instead of just choosing one, so that if my body is missing a piece over here, I'm getting all of it in this wide variety that they use. So one of the proteins, we use RBGH-free whey protein. And what does that mean? We don't have any added hormones. We don't have man-made synthetic stuff added to our whey protein. This is just protein in the way it was supposed to come in our body. And the whey is the liquid that actually separates from the cheese. You've heard of curds and whey, you know, little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet eating her curds and whey. The whey is the liquid part from that cheese. It's separated, and it is a very high, very complete protein source, and it gives us all of those 9 amino acids that our body has to have to be able to build that we don't get. It also has those branched chain amino acids. It's in a really highly digestible form. You're getting all of your B vitamins. You're getting your let me see, make sure I don't miss any. You're getting your B2, your B1, your B3, your B5, B6, B12, choline, folate, phosphorus, zinc, selenium, and magnesium. Whey protein helps your cells to become more sensitive to insulin. So when insulin knocks on the door with a fuel source, your cells are like, whoop, whoop, what's up? And they can absorb that insulin and the glucose that it's carrying into it. So we get the energy source. Because of that, the whey protein helps our body to have a more balanced, healthy blood sugar like we're supposed to have, just because it's making it more sensitive. It also helps with, whey protein helps with building the muscles themselves, which helps with age-related muscle loss, and if you're working out, so that you're getting the gains that you're looking for. We also have the second protein is pea protein. Our pea protein is made by extracting protein from yellow peas. It's a really high quality protein. It's a great source of iron. It will aid in muscle development and growth. It's going to help with weight loss and a healthy heart. Pea protein contains all 9 essential amino acids. Again, essential amino acids that your body has to get from food sources. It's already in there. It's also a great source of all those branched chain amino acids. We're going to talk a little bit more about those because I know they're a trigger right now, but especially it has arginine in there, and arginine is one that promotes great blood flow. It's great for heart health. It's a piece of that. It also has all of the amino acids that help with that great development and growth of your bones and your muscles. Then we have goat whey protein. So that's the third one, goat whey protein. And that's one we're not real familiar here in the US. We don't do a lot of goat anything, but it is a protein that your body uses very well. It absorbs really well, great for digestive health. It has all those bits and pieces. It's packed with proteins, calcium, potassium, magnesium. It has high amounts of vitamin A and vitamin C. It helps to support the overall immune system. It supports your body's production of white blood cells, which enhance your overall immune system. It increases the levels of your the master antioxidant glutathione. It helps to increase that inside the body, and that glutathione helps your body to be able to detoxify and cleanse itself. It helps to build that lean muscle mass. Are you catching a theme with all of these different proteins? It has the branched chain amino acids. They're digested really quickly, and they're used for protein synthesis like immediately. Your body's able to just grab them and use it. So good for the digestion. That goat whey protein, digestion, so much on that. Then we have our egg whey protein. That is our fourth protein that is in there. So 67% of all of the protein that you're going to find in your eggs is coming from the egg white. It includes all of your essential proteins. You're getting all the bits and pieces that you need, and it has those branched chain amino acids. So see, we didn't have to add extra branched chain amino acids or extra proteins because all of the sources of proteins are overlapping. Egg whites naturally contain B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B8, B9, B12. Each of those are going to help with your energy. Each of those are going to help with that mitochondria fuel source. That's part of what they do. You're going to feel that energy happening. It helps with your red blood cells. So you've got white blood cells, and then you've got the red blood cells. This one helps to deliver oxygen to the muscles and streamline that muscle growth. It's able to focus on that. The National Institute of Health, I want to read this so you get it, says that egg protein has been shown to improve muscular health, increase satiety, and contribute to weight loss. Hello, that's huge. It also goes on to say that it helps normalize healthy blood pressure and healthy immune system. That's in the egg white protein that's already layered in here. So sorry, you guys. I thought I turned that off. It also has organic hemp seed protein. So yes, I know for a few of you, you still have a trigger when we say the word hemp. This does come from the cannabis plant, but it is an excellent source of protein. It doesn't have any of the THC, the psychoactive compounds that are found in your marijuana, but hemp is an important source of protein, fiber. It was medicine in the Mediterranean, in Egypt, and Morocco, like for centuries it's been around. Hemp protein contains all of the amino acids in a plant form that help to repair muscles. It regulates the nervous system. It regulates your brain. Y'all who need some love for your brain, I'm just saying it's in there. Hemp protein powder is a rich source of omega-3s and omega-6s, and those help with cardiovascular health. They help with the heart itself to maintain lean body mass. They help with brain function. Another health benefit of your hemp protein is it's a natural source of so many different vitamins. It's got your minerals in there. It's got iron, magnesium, manganese. It also helps with your electrolytes because it's got a healthy dose of naturally occurring potassium in there. So it helps keep that blood, the liquid pressure, the liquids in your body all in a good balance. In addition to all of those proteins, so that's 5 different proteins, we have something called Elev ATP. So think elevate your ATP. ATP is the energy. Elev ATP. That's a combination of ancient peat and apple polyphenols. These have been studied to be able to help increase natural endogenous levels of ATP. So it's not ATP from an outside source. What it does is it goes in and it gives our body the building blocks to increase our own ATP, which is our own energy source. This is huge. ATP is important for muscle contraction. So it contracts and release. So when you're working out, when you're exercise, your heart, what is it doing constantly? It is contracting. It is ATP is important for nerve impulse. So those signals are sent and they are picked up and they are moved, all of the nerves throughout the body. It's important for all protein synthesis so it can be utilized. ATP is so important in cardiac function for obvious reasons, important in blood flow, in muscle contractions. The ancient peat contains 70 different elements, and it is really high in things like carbon and magnesium and nitrogen and oxygen and sulfur and oodles of trace minerals. The apple extract is made from apple peel. It has 10 different polyphenols that are in there that support gut microbiome, antioxidant defenses, so our body can protect itself. It helps to up-regulate mitochondrial function. So those little energy warehouses we have, that's what a mitochondria is. It helps it to burn so we get the energy we're supposed to have. L-ATP supports increased lean muscle strength, so we feel stronger, so our muscles are able to work better. It helps with overall athletic performance, body composition, and again, that ATP. In addition to all that, I love this about Young Living. Everything is always for a reason. There's a reason for everything, and we have added in here this great blend of different enzymes. Now, enzymes take the food, the liquids, the things that we consume, and they break them down into smaller pieces so our body can absorb them. And so our body can use them for energy, so our body can go in and repair. And digestive enzymes are necessary in breaking down fats and proteins and carbs into even smaller amino acids and peptides and parts and pieces. So Young Living literally added all of the enzymes that you are going to need for your body to absorb all of the protein sources, all of the polyphenols, all of that ancient peat, all of that stuff has to be broken down so we can absorb it. So it has alpha and beta amylase. Amylase is an enzyme that helps break down carbohydrates into smaller pieces. Amylase is a enzyme that's actually in your saliva. It's made lots of places, but it's in your saliva. So when we say chew your food, chew it really good, it's because it mixes with the amylase and starts breaking down into smaller pieces right at the beginning. We've added that in there to start breaking down all of those, that the apple peel, the peat moss, those parts, it helps break that into pieces. Then we have protease. Protease helps break down proteins into small peptides and amino acids so they can get into us. I don't want to take food in my mouth and have it just come up my stool. I want it to be broke down in tiny pieces and absorbed so I can feel that energy. That's what makes us so different. We add all that. It also has lipase. Lipase is an enzyme that breaks down fats. It breaks them down into 3 different fatty acids. So again, the fatty acids get in my cell, not in my stool. It breaks them down so we get that absorption, those omega-3s, those omega-6s that we talked about, all the good fats that you're going to get out of the hemp seed, the pea proteins, they're going to break down for us. Then you have cellulase. Cellulase is a unique enzyme. What it does is it actually has the ability to break down cellulose. Cellulose is plant matter that we all call fiber, and we have soluble fiber and unsoluble fiber. What cellulase does is it breaks that down into small pieces, so we're actually able to extract that, and or our body's able to use that broken down plant matter as a prebiotic to feed all the good bacteria in our gut. So it's amazing for what it does. It's amazing for helping to balance blood sugar so it stays normal and healthy. It's part of the reason. In this blend, we also have acidophilus, and acidophilus is not an enzyme. Acidophilus is a probiotic. Probiotic are all the good bacteria we're supposed to have in our gut. So for us to have that fully functioning body, we need prebiotics and we need probiotics, and it helps to promote the good bacteria we're supposed to have in our gut. Then we have pepin. I always pronounce it wrong. It's a digestive enzyme that's coming from papaya, and it also helps to break down different types of proteins. Then we have bromelain. This one comes from pineapple, and it breaks down proteins. So we have multiple sources of enzymes that are breaking down proteins from different directions because we have multiple sources of protein. So we've got to be able to break all those down so our body can actually utilize all the parts and pieces. Now, I know we talked about the 22 basic amino acids that your body has to have, but the word branch chain amino acids is like this trigger word right now. And people are making sure they're drinking their branch chain amino acids before they work out and after they work out, because it's so important for what it does for building muscle and repair. So when you work out and you exercise and you go to capacity, you got as many as you can go, what happens is that soreness that you feel the next day is because you get these tiny, minute rips and tears in the muscle. Then the body comes in, repairs the muscle that got ripped and tore, and it gives a build. So now that muscle says, I've got to be stronger for next time because I don't know when I'm going to have to do that again. So it's your body way of protecting and preparing for the next time. And the key to branch chain amino acids is they are absorbed quickly, and your body can immediately utilize those for repair, so that you don't, it helps so that you're not as sore the next day, so you rebound quicker, so your muscle gains are more apparent. That's branch chain amino acids. And I want you to know it's already in there. Like, it's already in this blend, so it's not something different that you have to take. That leucine and the isoleucine and the valine, they're already in there, so your muscles can burn them for immediate fuel, muscle growth. It can ease that soreness and that fatigue that can happen. So I just want to make sure you know, when you're doing your pure protein, you don't have to add a secondary source. We do have another product that we'll talk about in another video, our amino acid blend that we have. But if you're doing this, this is going to fit so many of those needs for you. Then we have sodium chloride. And I know some of you right now are going to go, but I can't have salt. My doctor told me no salt. I need you to know, first of all, it's only 140 milligrams of salt that is in there. But sodium is an electrolyte that regulates the amount of water you have in your body. There's an RDA, which means it's a recommended dietary allowance. There's a certain amount of sodium you need to have balance. A lot of times the ache that you'll have in your legs and your muscles is because your electrolytes get off balance. So your sodium, potassium, magnesium, they're not in balance. That little bit of sodium is going to help with nerve impulse, muscle contractions. It helps to, when you're working out, dehydration can be a thing because you lose sodium when you are sweating. So that little bit of sodium in there is a good thing. It's supposed to be there. I have an entire class just on the importance of sodium. You could go check that out on ShannonHudsonYL.com to really understand the bits and pieces. And then as far as sweeteners go, I already told you we have no added sweetener, no added sugars, right? And that we are only a 3 net carb. We do have Luhan Gu, which is known as monk fruit, and we have stevia leaf, the actual leaf of the plant. So stevia is 30 to 100 times sweeter than regular sugar, but it's 0 on the glycemic scale. Stevia has been shown for centuries to work with multiple different health, it's supportive for your overall health, and it's been used forever. Monk fruit has been used in traditional Chinese medicine for centuries. It is 250 times stronger than sugar and has been shown, because of how it works, it helps to keep healthy blood sugar nice and stable. Both additions support healthy gut functions and have no side effects. So it's not like some of the sugar alcohols, different things that you've seen that can cause gastric upset. Neither of these do it. It's a leaf and a fruit, and together, 0 glycemic. This is not, if you are looking for a really sweet drink, this is not going to be your one. It has a great flavor, but it's not ultra sweet. And for some of people tell me that they feel stevia has a little bitter taste. It's so minute amount of the stevia, you're not gonna experience that at all. In addition, we have orange essential oil has been added to that, and it helps to support your muscles and your circulatory system. It's an amazing aroma, invigorating, relaxing. Orange essential oil is amazing on its own. It's added in here, and part of the reason you're going to find with all Young Living products, there is always essential oils added to absolutely everything we do, because oils help us to all the nutrients to be carried deeper. They're a carrier of information. So you can go check that out and let me know if you try it. Let me know what things you use, what you add to your drink, how you like it, all the different things. And we will be back next week. Next week we are talking about, I believe it is our Balance Complete, which is another one of these shakes that we have. If you weren't able to join us for last week's call, we did our, I don't remember. We did another one of our products last week. So I will talk to you later. God bless you guys. Have a great day.